everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tanya, and if you're stopping by for the first time, welcome. I hope you'll consider subscribing, and if you're not stopping by for the first time, thank you so much for your support. Today's video is me reaching out to you. Help me make a decision, because I think I need to sell a few things. Now, it's interesting what's been happening lately in the Louis Vuitton world in regards to his ever so popular and always much wanted toiletry cases. So I'm talking about the Toiletry 15, 19 and 26. Louis Vuitton has pulled them off the shelves, retracted, has withdrawn all of those pieces from its boutiques. And one of the reasons is that perhaps because people are turning them, well, at least the 26, into handbags by using those various inserts and so on. It's very frustrating because here we are, lovers, purveyors of these beautiful items, and trying to maximize our use of the items, and it's working against us because the giants themselves and the behemoth that LV is has realized and worked that out and has taken it off the shelf. So two reasons. Is it because he's trying to introduce and bring in a newer model? Wouldn't be surprised. Look at the new what's it called? Look at the new favorite, for example. That one went missing a long time ago, and now he's doing the same to the Toiletry 26. Having said that, I have been in recent times tossing up the idea of selling these particular items. And the ones that I am referring to are my two toiletry cases. So I have here, and both of these are vintage, quite vintage. I have here the Toiletry 15. This was purchased from an Japanese eBay seller. A lot of my Louis Vuitton pre-loved has come from them. So this is very much the old canvas. When I purchased this, it was so vintage that everything on the tab had worn away. So I brought this in to Louis Vuitton and I had the tab replaced. So now it has the new Louis Vuitton made in France, and this is Louis Vuitton Paris made in France. And I think at the time when I had this replaced, I think it cost me $150 or $160. But this is quite a vintage piece, and it is in excellent condition. The only sort of wear on it is that fold here from the lining, and that's because basically the Japanese are not very good at storing their items. So anything that you buy from them has not been stored very well, let me tell you. Unless you're going through some super duper reputable seller, they're not great. So the date code on this is 882TH. That's how old this is. It's only got the 3 digits and the TH. And so this was made in the month of August 1982. So this is 10 years after I was born. 10 years and 1 month after I was born. This is in excellent condition. Plus, because I had this tab added on, it looks even newer. I've not used it all that much. I just baby it. I don't know why. I love the look of it. I love having it sitting on my shelf, usually behind me. I do have one little flaw on this, and I think there is just one crack in the canvas along one of these shoulders here of the zip, and it might be here. Yeah, it's just the smallest little sort of crack just in there, but I'm not even going to force it to show you. Just, it's small, probably 2 or 3 millimeters deep, let's say. I've been considering selling this. Now, I know that this is in demand and this would probably sell, but at the same time I don't want to part with it because I really like it. Plus I've paid extra money to have this replaced, so it's a little bit contradictory because it is a vintage piece, but it does have a new tab on it. But anyway, that's one option. Let me know, what do you think? Second item is another toiletry case. This is the Toiletry 19. I do not own the Toiletry 26. I never wanted it, so I never bought it. So the other one I do have, and I have used this quite a lot, is my Toiletry 19. And this too is a vintage piece, but I did not have to do anything to this one. This is the original tab. As you can see, the zip has tarnished a little bit, but the tab on this one says Louis Vuitton Paris, made in France. This one is, I think, a little bit younger than the other one. The date on this one is 874, so 7th month of 84, also TH factory. So this one I have used a lot. This one, as you can see, that fold inside at the bottom is more flattened out. I do love it. Oh my God, I love the smell of it. It's just got that, you're gonna think I'm weird. You're really gonna think I'm weird. But anyway, people do anyway. So it's got that slightly musty vintage smell, but it's also taken on the smell of some of my perfumed items and some of my own toiletries and all that sort of thing. So I love it. This one, because it's a little bit taller, it's a little bit more squishy. So this is another one that I was considering selling, simply because it's just that bit small. So when I do travel, the few occasions that I do travel for an overnight or something, I tend not to use only this. I will use this in addition to something else. So my idea was, if I were to sell these two, I could probably put the money from these towards a Truce 23 or a Truce 28, because it does hold more. What do you think? Let me know. Some of you will probably say, oh, but are you happy? Do they bring you joy? Do they make your heart sing, to quote, Minnie? Yes, they do, but I just don't use them much. Having said that, I don't use a lot of my stuff because I have a lot of stuff. But would I be sad to see these go? I think so. However, because Louis Vuitton has now made these even harder to get, I'm thinking I probably could make a small profit on selling these. I don't know. What would you do? Okay, next item along that I am considering selling, but I'm also conflicted about selling it. Let me know what you think. This is my Salvatore Ferragamo, and if you are familiar with my collection, you will know now which bag I'm about to show you, and that is my Salvatore Ferragamo Vara bag. I did do a video on this probably late last year, one of my bag stories, how I came to purchase this bag and why I chose this over the Gucci Soho Disco a few years ago. I do like this bag. When I use it, I love it, but when I'm not using it, so when I haven't consciously set out to use it, I forget about it. Or I think, yeah, nah, I don't want to use it. But the only reason I'm hesitating with this, oh, there's my mirror. Oh, there it is. The only reason I'm hesitating with this, with selling this, is because I actually sold some old jewelry and cashed it in at one of those gold buyer places in the city. And I used that money to fund this. So I feel like if I sell this, and I probably would need to sell it less than what I purchased it for, I would probably end up losing some of that money that I was given for my old gold. And this was old gold from when I was a child, growing up in my, when I was young, teens, late teens, early 20s. So I think to myself, if I were to sell it, I feel as if I'm doing myself a disservice, because I did probably get less for this than what I paid for it, because unfortunately Ferragamo resale value is not very high. And so I feel like I'd be losing out. What do you think? Should I sell it and just cop the, that bit of loss, or should I just keep it? Because it really is a good, don't think about too much bag. And I don't have to worry too much about wear and tear on this because of the Saffiano leather. What would you do? And the last bag, some of you are probably going to be very surprised about. So just hear me out. I just don't know what to do. But part of me wants to sell it and part of me does not, because I think I might have seller's remorse, seller's regret, whatever. And that is Okay. Some of you are probably screaming, no, don't you dare. Some of you are probably saying, yes, girl, sell it. I love it. I love the look of it on other people. A lot of people say that they love that it can carry so much, but I feel like it doesn't. I should do another what fits in my bag just to check to see what it really does hold. It is in beautiful condition. And this is the original one with the slightly shiny leather, whereas I know now that they're making the new ones with the matte leather. Ooh, I can't decide. I think the reason why I want to sell this is because the strap is not adjustable, and because of this orientation. I just think it is poor design, and I'm worried about carrying it like this because you can't even alternate, and if you do, it doesn't sit right because these others don't have those loops on them. In a way, I sometimes wonder if Louis Vuitton would have been better off just putting two on one side And then you just carry it always that way. So then this is the front of the bag, and this would always be the side against your body. And then if you were worried about anything, then you could just sort of, I don't know. I think I'm just rambling. But part of me thinks that I should sell this, and especially because a lot of people are wanting this one with the shiny leather. I wonder if I would probably make a small profit on this. So I have a feeling that if I were to sell these, I would sell them for more than what I paid for them. So there's that little investment aspect. I'm not sure how much more I would get for them than what I paid for, but I would make a small profit. Whereas on the Ferragamo bag, I probably wouldn't make much of a profit. I'm not sure. What do you think? I find this shape a little bit awkward. You know, it can hold a lot if you stack it up to the top, sure, but then it won't close. And if you do have quite a few things, then it buckles, and I don't know what to do. So I'm reaching out to you guys. What do you think? Would you sell this bag? Okay, guys, that is my question to you. What do you think? Should I sell these items, or should I just keep them in case I end up regretting it? Let me know what you think. Do you have these items? What do you think or feel about these items? Would you keep them? Would you sell the Salvatore Ferragamo bag, even if you probably will make a loss? What would you do? I look forward to reading your comments, and if you haven't already subscribed, I invite you to subscribe. That would be wonderful. It would mean so much to me. Don't forget to hit the bell. So take care, everybody. God bless, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.